Hey everybody, welcome to Miscast TV. I'm Joe Findlay.
I'm Todd Tebow the Sailor Murray.
I'm really embarrassed by this thumb that I pointed at myself when I said I'm Joe
This
Findlay.
guy right here.
I'm Joe Findlay.
And I'm Todd Tebow the Sailor.
All right, we are sorry that we have not been with you for a little while, but Todd has been lost at sea. We have since found him. I got my fishing license, and the first thing I brought up was him. Actually, not true.
You know
First,
what I
an
also
old boot.
found?
What?
Myself.
Did you, though?
No.
No. I think I lost myself slightly more.
More further away than ever.
I am deep in it. A lot of things have happened. Oh, it's been deep in him. I get it. A lot of things have been happening in our time OA. A lot of things came out. We've seen a lot of things. We've experienced a lot of things.
I came out of the closet, went back in.
Yeah, didn't
R.
like
Kelly
it.
trapped me. Like one of his sex slaves that he has at his ranch.
And it's not like he's locked in there. It's just he pissed all over the handles, and Todd's not touching
Yeah, I'm
that.
not touching that.
Todd's
I ain't gonna deal with
so
that.
not into the germs.
Oh, hell no.
But that's all right, though. I mean, there's no reason to judge on that.
I've been pissing on doorknobs for years. Come on.
Yeah. Anybody who caught our mini episode for this week will have heard us talk about all the stuff that came out on Netflix. So we talked Luke Cage, we talked Glow, we talked Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee.
All of them I will see one day I get through
It was
Punisher.
very busy. But the film world has been kind of crazy lately.
It has. I missed a lot of shit. I couldn't believe when I came back, man.
But we've
2 weeks.
But we've caught opposite stuff, so we're going to cover a lot of ground today. So first off, you saw Jurassic World,
Jurassic World 2, and like I said to you before, it should be called Jurassic World 2. In brackets, instead of Fallen Kingdom, it should be poor innocent dinosaurs dying horrible deaths.
Nice. And that's not a huge spoiler because you see that in the trailer.
And it's I really liked it. There was a lot of practical effects.
Yeah.
I dug it thoroughly. You know, this summer is I think one of the best summers for movies since we were kids.
Yeah. Back in the days when it was like Star Wars.
Yeah, you get like a Star
Rings
Wars and then you'll get like an Arler, like, and
a Matrix.
all these fucking movies. Every movie I go to see, I'm like, man, that movie was awesome. And then I see the next one, I'm like, oh, that movie was awesome. And I feel like a kid where every movie I watched, I just loved.
And there's a lot of things to look forward to, and not just the blockbusters. Like, I want to go see that Christopher Robin movie.
Me too. It looks really good. I think it looks like a cry fest for me. I'm like, oh, my God.
that might
half crying in the preview.
Yeah, exactly. Christopher Robin.
I'm like, oh, God.
But then I remember that Brad Garrett's the voice of Eeyore, and then it all resets for me.
Yeah.
It's fine.
So I just want to punch that loser.
Everybody loves Raymond.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like he should have been. He should have been in the Me Too movement. I feel like he should have been accused of molesting somebody. He strikes me like
or accused someone. You think he seems like somebody that would be a molester?
Vin Diesel touched me on the dick. Whoever it was.
I didn't say no.
Yeah,
it's kind of my fault.
Yeah, it's
looking kind of sexy that day.
Yeah, he would have that self-hating victim kind of thing.
I'm just too sexy for my own good, I guess.
Yeah. Wearing a thong.
Banana hammock.
So yeah, that's a good one. I'm looking forward to seeing that.
It was good. I think you'll like it.
I wasn't a huge fan of Jurassic World.
It's way better than the first one.
Okay, cool. That's cool to hear.
Yeah.
But like I enjoyed watching it still. Like that's the thing. Like even Jurassic, like Lost World. And Jurassic Park 3 I didn't care for really at all. Lost World was kind of like, well, whatever, but it was fun to watch, right? Yeah. And that's all I'm really looking for in those movies. So if I can get at least that, I'm happy. So I'm looking forward to that. Now, I got to see Ant-Man and the Wasp on the opening night. We went to the 10:30 show on the Thursday. And
is it what they say? I've heard that it's a palate cleanser.
I would actually say
after the taste of sadness that leaves you after Infinity War, this one kind of brings it back.
I think that's true. It was a really funny movie. It's actually co-written by Paul Rudd. I didn't find out about that until I didn't find out about that till kind of right before I saw that.
Made a couple more bucks off of that.
Yeah, he was the only guy in the Marvel universe to write his own movie. To write his own movie so far.
Well, he's a funny man. He understands the film process.
Well, and he understands he's doing really well with the character and stuff like that. They do a lot of really good things. They set up a lot of cool stuff in it. Without going into spoilers of what actually happens in the movie, there are mentions of the time vortex, and there were rumors for Avengers 4 that there was going to be some time travel in it. And the big thing is, I guess there were pictures seen of Iron Man in an earlier Iron Man costume,
and Captain America in his original. These are the things that we should never know about now, you know?
I know. I would like to see that. But then my brother-in-law came up with the theory that he's also going to go forward in time, because a big part of this movie is his relationship with his daughter. And in the comics, his daughter becomes Stature, who is like another like giant man kind of thing.
Ah,
so
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so they're saying that they might actually go forward in time, and he's going to come across his daughter, who is already a superhero. And stuff like this. And I was like, that could be really interesting. Now, there's been no talk about that in any of the sheets.
They make love.
Like that, but it's, yeah.
Fuck.
What happened?
Fuck off.
People are buzzing him on his phone. We do not get bothered on our phones when we were doing Miscast TV. Now, if you give me one moment, I'm going to check my phone for the next thing.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Okay.
Or the phone's going to ring and you're going to answer it. Or like, Publishers Clearinghouse, I got to take this.
Nigerian
I may
Prince.
already be a winner. No. You want me to pay your bills in iTunes card numbers? Well, okay. Yeah, that sounds legit.
I happen to have a bunch. We're good to go. But yeah, anyways, it was really good. They do a really good job.
I'm going to see it tomorrow or the day after.
Just mentions to the other world, and then the after the credit stuff is really good.
That's what I really want to see.
So I mean, it's really cool.
I have a feeling I know what it is, but I saw no spoilers.
The thing, no, I won't. No,
I'm not gonna. Don't say anything.
No,
I'm not gonna say anything.
I just in the middle of telling you, I'm not saying anything. Don't worry about it. Calm down. We're fine.
You're saying it.
Okay, I'm not going to tell you that he ends up being Thanos.
Oh, God, I knew it. Fuck.
So embarrassing. I feel like Mark Ruffalo.
And Tom Holland together.
He apparently just did it again, eh?
Who, Tom Holland?
Tom Holland.
I know, he does it on purpose now because he thinks it's cute or something.
Well, because he was like at some Comic-Con and he's like, I've got the script for the new Star Wars, or the new Star Wars.
Oh my God, people would lose it.
The new Spider-Man, and it showed it had the name attached to it.
Yeah.
And they were like, did he just do that on purpose, or was he allowed to do that? Like, nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
And so,
but he just revealed the name of the movie.
Yeah. But I mean, for them, they try to keep everything close.
And it's called Spider-Man 2, I Defeated Thanos in the End of Avengers 4.
Yeah, exactly.
That's working title. Like, why would you say the whole thing?
Yeah, it seems weird.
Yeah.
It seems weird. And that's the code name. You know, when they always shoot under a code name, that's their code name. I'm like, that's not a good
I guarantee you that's not, they know him, that's not even the script. He probably just embarrassed the fuck out of himself because that's not the script. That's not the title.
He's not even Spider-Man. They're actually slowly but surely shooting like just a teen movie with him.
Yeah.
And like, so there's a bunch of scenes he shoots where nobody calls him Peter or anything like that, and they're just shooting all that stuff over and over again, and then they're gonna take all that out and cut it into another movie. And they're like, this Spider-Man thing was just to keep you distracted.
Okay, now Tom, we're just gonna do something weird, like a little thing here.
Yeah.
We're just gonna hand you all these papers, and you just say every word in the dictionary.
Yeah.
Differently.
Yeah, exactly. A couple of different tones.
Yeah,
if you don't mind.
Throw a little, and there
be happy, sad, and mad.
Okay.
Athlete.
Imagine that is what it would really like. That's probably what you have to do with the.
That's gonna happen one day. Well, I feel like it's more like the Mission Impossible 3 thing, where you just have that make them say that phrase,
right?
And then that basically like covers all the.
What's your favorite so far?
What's my
movie
favorite
of the summer?
Really hard to say.
I know. I don't know now. I don't know.
Because Avengers kind of started off the summer, but it wasn't the summer. But
yeah,
it was
I know.
No.
Technically, it's still. We'll count that as the beginning.
I'm going to count that as the beginning. I think it's still my favorite. I think it just it
I don't know, man. I know it rocked my world too.
But I think what more than anything, it surpassed even my own expectations.
It did. Yep.
So,
I agree.
So I think that's where that one.
I think it's still. I know I talked a lot of shit about Solo, and I still love it, but I still think that when I go back, it's really the fight is between Incredibles 2 and Avengers.
Incredibles 2 was outstanding.
I know.
Oh, we only briefly talked about.
I didn't even know you saw it.
Yeah, no, you asked me on the phone when you were on the boats and stuff, and I was like, "Yeah, I saw it." You're like, "I saw it too. It's amazing."
Okay, yeah.
Or I was going to see
movie,
it. It was so well done.
Oh man,
so worth the wait.
That scene where she's like stretching in the motorcycle and stuff was like so killer.
They made the toy of that, eh? Where it's like she's stretchy and like
I loved it.
It was so good. And I will say, my son was the first movie he's ever gone to the movies to see, And he's a really like hyperactive, kind of rambunctious kid. We saw that today. When
Oh,
we
God,
overfed
yes.
him a slushy. Or no,
Same thing happened to
Slurpee.
me.
It was Slurpee day. Today
flying. Flying.
Yeah, today as we record
2
this
pops
is
of
July
Slurpee.
11th. But yeah, but he sat through the entire movie and loved it, and I could not have been happier. And it is a testament to the movie, because if had the movie been slightly worse, he would have been.
It was wicked. Brad Bird is a fucking genius, man.
That's
Fucking
why I want him to
glasses.
get his hands on some friggin' Star Wars. They've asked him a couple of times. Apparently,
They should take it away from Ryan Johnson and give it to him.
Although I think
don't know.
Ryan Johnson deserved it.
Why are you saying Johnson?
Giant.
It's clearly Johnson.
Giant. It's
you so
Jiahn.
No.
Nson.
6. I hate you so much.
Guillermo. What movie was I watching and it said like special shout out to? Oh, it was Jurassic World 2.
Oh, really?
At the very end it said special thanks to Guillermo del Toro. For something. But he designed the scales. Like, can we use your Abe Sapien scale look?
Did somebody say kaiju?
I don't know, maybe.
Okay, maybe that's where it comes from. So yeah, I mean, those are those movies. Definitely, but all three of those movies, actually, Jurassic Park, Incredibles 2, and Ant-Man and the Wasp, all totally worth checking
Big
out.
money, too. This is the biggest summer in years.
Yeah,
There's like 3 movies going to be pushing a bill.
Well,
Avengers made $1 billion.
Disney-
Solo just cracked $70 million.
for Solo.
Incredibles 2 is at like $800 million.
No, Solo is
It
actually
did well.
like,
China. It opened up in China. It did really well, apparently.
Solo-
Bumped up the numbers big time.
Solo's money is going to be really good. It's going
Yeah.
to be a very profitable
Yes.
movie. It's just not a psycho hit that made like $150 million in its
Exactly.
first weekend. But it still made
Just
a high.
people in the fans of the Star Wars universe are really starting to piss me off.
Yeah.
Like really, like get the Asian girls getting hate mail.
Yeah.
People doing, let's raise $200 million and remake The Last Jedi. Why
There's
in
like-
God's name would
Yeah.
you do that?
I know.
Like, wouldn't you maybe, like, I just raised $200 million, maybe we can all split it and be rich for the rest of our lives?
Yeah.
Or maybe give that money to charity, or give it to Trump to help the wall, or
build
something.
that wall.
You know what I mean?
But-
Like, the fuck, like, remake a movie that's already made?
Just no, but
Fuck, like,
and again, and these are people who think that they're the true purists
Yeah.
of Star Wars,
They
and they
don't
don't know
all.
shit about Star Wars. They read what happened is they had a favorite like Star Wars book, and then they were told that's not canon anymore, and they're like, fucking Disney ruined Star Wars.
ruined my life.
Even though most of the stuff that they have taken from, especially The Last Jedi, they're like, oh, all this cool stuff is not canon anymore, where he can like astral project and do all these things, and he's so powerful. And then he's like, oh, and now all of a sudden he'd been in exile, and he's so powerful, and he can astral project. It's like, it's like the Twitter trolls in the whole.
The Twitter
the whole just like the whole political spectrum and all that. It's like people can go, oh, Donald Trump's been accused of molesting all those people, and somebody will go, Obama did it, and then be like, what? and you can't even
Trump
argue with them
himself does
because they
it.
know what they're doing.
Yeah.
They know they're saying it because it's just like it's just going to make you mad.
Like you're
And it's
separating
like-
all these families. He's like, no, we're not doing anything. That was the administration before us put that rule in, and they're like, no, they didn't.
And
he's
everybody's
like, yeah,
call-
they did. And then it's like, okay, yeah, I guess they did.
And everybody's calling it out. He's like, yeah, that's a democratic
law.
He's like, that's a democratic law. It's not
We're
a
like,
law.
No, it's not.
It's not a law, and we also
not at all.
have the memo signed by your attorney general saying to do this.
No, I didn't do that. That's fake
No, it's
news.
not. Yep.
Fake news.
And that's all they're doing.
Done.
And then they just try and turn
Issue
it.
over.
And they're like, well, why isn't Hillary in jail? What are you talking about? They investigated Hillary.
Yeah, like a
Like
lot.
that was done. They spent
twice.
They spent more money. I think they did the math on it, and they spent more money investigating Hillary than they spent investigating Trump so far. And they're fighting to get Trump's investigation shut down. They're like, it's costing too much money. Okay, let's get this back on Hillary.
Oh, okay. So then we'll just stop the whole thing.
Yeah, they might
So
as well. because
investigation over.
He's picking his own friggin' Supreme Court justice. So
Oh, yeah.
even if
Well, he's
it
going to
goes
pardon himself anyways, he said.
So it's all.
Who did that?
Anyways, let's
Yeah,
get
yeah,
out
no,
of
no,
that.
seriously, yeah,
We
yeah.
went down a rabbit hole.
We did. We did a big, dirty, orange-haired rabbit hole.
But okay, so bigger than all of the movies that we saw, and all, well, not bigger than, but big, is all of the news that's come out. Just today, they announced that Neill Blomkamp is doing
That's cool.
RoboCop
I
Returns.
dig that.
It's called RoboCop Returns, I think is the name.
Be rated R,
And
please.
it'll have to be rated R. And it's going to feature somebody named Vicus, because everything's always weird, like South
Sweet.
African with him. That'd be cool. He's like, they send him to South Africa.
Any
to
money,
straighten it up.
Sharto Copley is like the bad guy.
Probably.
Any fucking money.
Probably. But I'm looking forward to seeing what that was like, especially because we ended up not getting to see his version of Alien and stuff like that. So I'll be curious to see what that's all about.
Oh yeah, what happened with that?
It just kind of fell through because then Ridley Scott said he wanted to do something, or
Oh, he got jealous. Whatever.
Yeah, that was basically it,
God,
like-
another good director added himself on. He's like, oh god, he might do well. I need to do it.
Well, and again, it's always after refusing and refusing and
Yeah.
refusing. If you're seeing our cat rubbing back and forth between all of us, not our cat. It's not a shared cat. It's mine and my wife's cat, and my kids too. Fuck whatever. But yeah, so I mean that's gonna be a good one. There's no
I think
other...
you meant hours and like we're a gay couple and that's our cat.
Well, that's
When
I
we
was
do
trying
this,
to dispel that. Yeah,
you know.
yeah. This is just for when the
If there was a just God, we would be gay together.
Oh yeah.
Now I'm just gay with other people, and I just say Joe's name when I blow my load.
I'll just give him a tug, like for friendship.
But, it's a friendship tug.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah.
But
It's like Thomas, the engine there fucking taught us.
I think I can. I think
Tugging
I can.
around.
Yeah. Oh, I get it.
Tugging all his
so,
friends around.
So not a lot more news surrounding that yet. I mean, I don't think they've got a script yet. I don't know what I just saw that today. I'm like, oh, interesting.
Oh, it
Great
takes
news.
place in New Zealand. It's the future.
The weirdest news is something that's been in the news for a long
This
time.
one I like. I think where you're going here. with this
Joaquin
one.
Phoenix is
Yeah.
going to officially play the Joker
Joaquin.
in a movie where Todd Phillips is directing.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I know, right? Like that's still.
And like I said, I wonder if they met. I don't know if Todd Phillips directed the movie that they're in, but Joaquin and Buddy, Steve Rule. I can't remember his name.
John C. Reilly.
John C. Reilly are starring in a cowboy movie
Yeah.
together. It's kind of like a comedy drama.
But what movie was he in with Todd Phillips?
Didn't Todd Phillips do Step Brothers?
No. I want to say Adam McKay did, but I don't think that's
Oh,
true.
Adam
either.
McKay. Shit, I get them mixed up. What did Todd Phillips do? Anchorman?
Hangover and
Oh, the Hangover
and
movies.
Old School and
I think, like I said to you before, I feel that they're having too many Jokers.
yeah.
And it's kind of losing prestige on the role. Like it's Jared Leto, and now, but Jared Leto's pissed because he was already passed out. Now he's like an even better actor is taking. Jared Leto's no slouch in the acting category. He's a shitty fucking rock star though. Fuck that.
But he's only 30 seconds away from Mars.
I know,
He's
yeah.
30
Just
seconds.
keep going, bro. Just keep going. Just keep
Go
going.
to Pluto.
But I think
asshole.
I'm really, really interested to see what Joaquin is going to do with this movie.
Yeah, but here's the weirdest thing
With the role.
of all of it, though. They have the guy who's taken over. It's the guy who did the what's the Conjuring universe.
Right.
He is now in charge of like
the new. Did you say there's going to be another separate DC?
And this
universe?
is what I'm getting at. So they fired the guy who was in charge of the DC universe, and they got the producer.
Way too late.
Yeah, and they got the producer who did who produced all the Conjuring movies and stuff like that. Now he's in charge.
It's not James
And-
Wan, is it?
No, he's the director of
Okay.
the first Conjuring, and
Yeah, I read that somewhere.
yeah, I believe that's right. And
Yeah, it is
so yeah,
right.
so he's now essentially he's splitting it down the middle. He's like creating, and I don't have a
dig
problem.
that. I don't have a problem with it either.
The reason I don't have a problem with it is because they do it in the comic
All the
book
time.
world.
All the
They're
time.
like, this is the Ultimates. This is the
Yeah.
you
No,
know,
I dig
whatever.
it.
It's fine. But the yeah, so basically they're just separating it. They're like the DC world that exists currently in the Snyderverse that everybody is now pretending is awesome because they didn't like the last movie.
Yeah, but he's got his own cut. And if we were just to see James, everything would be no.
It would be terrible. He was replaced for a reason.
Yes, it was apparently unwatchable.
Yeah, they didn't. Well, but here's another thing. They don't have an official cut of the movie. They've just seen footage.
Yeah.
And that's like the thing, and everybody keeps going. And I just had a thing one time. Because I saw a bunch of people going, the Snyder cut, it'll change everything. We should like do like a change.org thing to like make them release it. And then I just happened to say, I was like, I just I just read an article that was an interview with the editor of the movie, and he says there's no such thing as the Snyder Cut. And then they're like, oh, yeah, they just paid him to say that. It's like flat earthers. You
like a big cover-up.
And they're like,
and why do you need to convince yourself so wholeheartedly that the movie was actually good?
And
who gives a shit if it was or wasn't?
And not one of them before was good.
Yeah, no, this
Man of Steel
like terrible.
Was garbage.
Like the worst thing I've ever seen.
Oh, until Batman versus Superman came out, and
Trump
it was worse. And then, like, they're all not good. Wonder Woman was a decent movie.
Wonder Woman was good.
But now I'm starting to think, was it just good because I saw the other ones?
Right.
It scares me. No, I enjoyed the movie, but a lot of I
want to see Kristen Wiig as Cheetah.
I thought it was Emma Stone.
No, it's Kristen Wiig.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, because I swore I read that Emma Stone did that.
Well, you're up too late getting crazy, bro. They're just making shit up.
Okay, well, there'll be a check mark over whoever's right.
Ding! 2 check marks. This guy, red hair, ding ding.
Thumbs, I'm good at that, because this is my thing now, apparently. Yeah, so I mean, that's that with the weird now split universe. I don't know if that means they're going to pick a new Batman, a new everything.
They should.
Just do it off the side.
Who's the new Batman?
I don't know. You need somebody who's got. It's always got to start with Bruce Wayne presence.
What about like Dean Morgan?
Jeffrey Dean Morgan would make. Yeah. Well, I kind of heard I had heard
maybe
rumors.
Like older Batman, maybe.
Yeah, I had heard rumors that they were going to do something in the Flashpoint movie where Jeffrey Dean Morgan, because he plays Mr. Wayne, Bruce Wayne's dad.
He does?
Yeah, he does in. What was it, Batman versus Superman? He's Bruce Wayne's dad, and Lauren Cohan is Bruce Wayne's mom. And in the
maybe that was way back there.
And again, I don't know all this stuff really well, so I'm kind of paraphrasing things I've been told.
That's a good story.
But in the Flashpoint universe, the dad, or like Bruce Wayne gets killed, and the dad becomes Batman, and the mom becomes the Joker.
Oh. Is that because the Reverse Flash goes through time and fucks everything up?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
So
he's the only bad guy, like, you know, when it's like you have the same powers.
Yeah.
I really like the Reverse Flash. I think he's awesome.
I don't know anything about him, so I won't judge in that manner, but just the name alone just makes me instantly hate him.
I know, it's kind of a lame name, but he's a cool guy. But like, he's cool.
Like, sometimes just the naming of the characters is the laziest goddamn thing in the world. And DC is even worse
Bizarro.
at it than Marvel. DC is even worse than Marvel, because
the other Superman,
because that's exactly what they do. Marvel will often do I'm Iron Man, I'm a mechanical whatever. Well, I'm Ironmonger, I'm a mechanical whatever. Yeah. Oh, got it. So, but then they're like, who's going to be the main bad guy of Superman? Bizarro Superman.
Bizarro.
Well, what's that? Just everything the opposite, I guess. The S is backwards.
Although he's really strong still, so.
Yeah, he should be weak as shit. Yeah. Like, he should die in one punch.
Dumb, weak, ugly.
Yeah.
Fuck Superman.
Yeah. And Henry Cavill.
God, I didn't even see the Justice League. What was the justification for him coming back to life? Like, how does he come back to life?
I don't know. He probably saw. They
crammed so much.
No, I watched
Superman. They crammed the death of Superman and the two of them fighting. It's like, what in God's name?
I know. I watched the movie right when it came out on video.
Because the world's smartest detective thinks that it was all Superman's fault.
Yeah.
Like, you are fucking joking me? Didn't you see with all your bazillions of dollars that he's fighting other things like him and saving the planet?
Yeah.
Like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, you would think that'd be a really large part of the news.
It would be pretty easy to figure out for the world's smartest detective.
Yes. Bruce Wayne.
Why did you just say that name?
Yeah, but again, this is
like,
this is a Batman who gets a giant Ed Hardy back tattoo.
Yeah.
In his off times. So he's having a weird midlife crisis or some shit. So we leave the DC universe and we enter the only universe that matters, the Star Wars universe.
My universe. Oh,
thanks. Talk about your universe.
Mine's not pulling in the De Niro's like that.
They've made some casting announcements for episode 9.
Oh, this is what I wanted to hear. Oh, no, you told me already, yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, okay. J.J. Abrams has cast his longtime friend Kerry Russell in an unknown role at this point. I don't know what
Leia.
It is. I heard complaints. I rewatched Last Jedi just the other day because, again, I have nothing but time. And like, people were complaining about Laura Dern's character.
She was awesome.
Now, I agree that a lot of what she did could have been done by Leia, but the sacrifice couldn't have been done by Leia. I think it could have been had they realized that she was going to die.
Right.
And then they could have like had her make that sacrifice and stuff like that, but they already shot this other shit.
Right.
But like Leia could have taught all those lessons. But I think the most important thing is because when Leia went down, and by the way, this whole people complaining about her flying through the air thing, she's not flying, she's pulling herself. And there's really no other way when you can't move around in space. Like, she can't walk back or, like, do anything like that.
Moonwalk.
She's just pulling herself. So it's literally the only way it can look. It doesn't look cool, but it is what it is. Sometimes space doesn't look as cool as you want it to. Anyways.
And sometimes there's sounds where there shouldn't be.
Oh, tons. And fire.
And flames.
But
and
we accept all that.
Yeah, no
and
problem.
then you can't accept that she knows the Force and can keep herself alive for a few moments. And then think about how many people in Guardians of the Galaxy have been floating around in space and still survived. So,
yeah.
Anyways, sorry.
It's Star Wars. So whatever I feel is the truth.
That
and go
didn't
fuck
happen.
yourself.
That didn't happen when I was 8. So you're So that's the end of it. But anyways, but Laura Dern's character. It was really important for Poe to not get the leadership role.
Right.
He needed to understand, like, he needed to be put in his place because I think his role is going to be arguably the most important role for the big picture of episode 9. Like, Rey is going to be doing the big final battle. It's very similar to the way, and again, they do this on purpose so these things have like stanzas, like a poem.
Yes.
They want to do... like this is going to be very Return of the Jedi, where the final battle between good and evil in the Jedi world is off on one side, while the battle for the universe is happening on the other side. And so he's going to be the big leader, kind of the way that like either Billy D or Han were, because they were both the generals who kind of led that portion of the war, along with Admiral Akbar, who's now dead. So I mean, you might have Admiral Calrissian. But that's the next part I want to get at, because Billy D. Williams has been confirmed.
Boom.
As Lando Calrissian.
Put down that Colt 45 and get your ass a lightsaber.
I think they may have been on the fence about bringing him in, but then A, losing Carrie Fisher and not having that extra familiar face in the movie, and B, how popular Lando was for Han Solo. He's easily the most popular part of Solo.
With the movie?
Yeah.
I thought he was the worst part.
No, but I mean, everybody talks about
I thought Glover's role, he was the worst actor in the whole movie.
Oh, see, I liked what he did.
Like, I think he chewed the scenery a little bit too much or something.
Yeah, but he was
trying to emulate Billy D too much.
Yeah, but I think you don't really have a choice, right? The character is made, and the character is broad.
Like, I mean, I think he did a good job, but I think he was the weakest part of the movie.
Okay, I can see that, but I thoroughly enjoyed him, and he was really popular going in. Like, people were jazzed. Like, nobody was like, "Oh man, Alden Ehrenreich is Han Solo? Are you kidding me?" But everybody was all over Glover. Right. So that boost probably kind of put him over the edge, but like it's going to be really interesting, and I'm looking forward to seeing how all these people are going to.
I can't wait till we get more information about Rian Johnson's new trilogy, and are they still going to go through with it, knowing the backlash? Well, they've
put off everything for now because there was the Obi-Wan movies that were supposed to happen. There's the they're not like canceling them.
No, I know, but they're rethinking things because Solo wasn't like everybody's like I loved it.
Well, one of their big
the backlash from The Last Jedi. God forbid you try something new.
Well, but it still made a ton of money.
I know, but so people were mad because like they helped. They actually helped with the idea of the Force.
Yeah. Well, and here's
also, like, you don't need the text. The Force is within you. The Force is. It's not these books. It's not this. It's not that.
Yeah, exactly.
Like they went away from that whole "it's particles in the air" thing, right?
Well, there's conflict in, like think of what
Luke's supposed to stay alive forever.
And think about what Luke has gone through as a Jedi. He's only known the story of how the Jedi fell. He was never there for the grand thing of the Jedi. He only knew one Jedi at a time, who were both old people who both died on him. And then
bummer.
And then when he tries to finally train them himself, he's like, I'm going to be the one who brings this back. He fails.
Yeah.
So we're like, I don't understand. They don't want them to have emotion. Like the thing that
they don't want them to evolve.
The original Star Wars movies didn't have a lot of that stuff. They just had people yelling no as reactions. And like, hey, this is a plot point. No, that can't be a plot point. And like that was it. But now there's like actual physical, like, you know, like emotional conflict and all this kind of stuff going on, and there's like real stuff going on.
There's character development.
But still, people forget way more people liked the movie that didn't. It's just the people who didn't like the movie are
fucking loud. Yeah,
it's just like build that wall. It's just we're gonna scream louder than you, so people do it the way we want to do it. We don't want to hear that people, you know.
Yep.
It's like somebody who, like an Uber driver who's gotten like perfect stars. Is it 4 stars? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't really think
but
terrified of getting my head chopped off.
Say he's got like perfect every single time, and then one person gives him 1 star and then calls and demands he be fired.
Yeah.
No, everybody likes him.
Everybody.
So why do I listen to you instead? So, because I'm gonna protest your entire company now.
Forever.
Go to hell. We were talking a lot about Disney today too. We were talking about upcoming Star Wars Land and the Star Wars Hotel.
I'm really interested in that hotel thing. Yeah. Can they really hold my interest for that many days? Is there going to be lightsaber battles?
Do you believe that Disney would fail you in that level?
I don't know. I don't think so. But I mean, I really need, if it's going to be, it's got to be something awesome. Like if it's really going to get me, it can't be like a slow burn where, you know, I'm just wandering around hotel, you know, and solving this thing. I need battles. I need love.
My question is going to be how much of it is my involvement and how much of it is outside involvement. Like, is somebody going to run up to me and go, quick, you've got the microchip, let's go. I don't know why it's a microchip installed.
Yeah, no, that makes sense,
or are you going to be a Jedi? Like, I'm actually like terrified of.
I wonder if you do become a Jedi, maybe they have like a Jedi training camp and stuff, and then you fight some battles.
That'd be cool. Yeah, they'll teach you to do some moves, and they'll react to it like this or so forth. But they have for the kids, which is I hate saying even that, they have at Hollywood Studios, they have the Jedi Training Academy, and they give all the kids robes and the lightsabers, and then they fight, and then like they have the cutest video in the world is this one, like Darth Vader comes up and he's like, you must join me, and the little kid comes up and then bends the knee to Darth Vader and the whole crowd goes bananas, like the kid and like even the guy, the Jedi who's like he's the Jedi instructor, he's losing his mind. He's like, oh my god, he's turning to the dark side. Like it was
this kid was like yes,
like you gotta watch.
Let's do this.
Watch
thing,
that
buddy.
kid. That kid's got a dead rabbit in his locker. But
that's fucking so cute.
It was the
kid's
best.
Just like, let's do it.
I already see it. I am such an emotional dad when it comes to that stuff. If one of my kids gets picked for Jedi training, I'm probably you'll see a camera angle of somewhere, you'll just see
this
like
mascara
multiple
running.
I'm just like, oh my god, that's my baby.
It'll be like in a Japan anime card.
Oh god. Well, I told the story.
The tears are just like shooting out.
They do something on the Magical Express. That's the bus that takes you from the airport to the hotels, and they
call my van the Magical Express.
I know you call it.
Come on in, kids.
You call your penis the Magical Express. It has to be magic. It's so fast.
Exactly.
But they do this thing where they count you down into when you're in Disney, like the whole complex of Disney, and there's this big sign. It goes 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and they're like, "Welcome to Walt Disney World." And right away, I'm sitting by myself, and my daughter and Carrie are behind me, and I just reached my hand back, and I'm like, "Welcome to Disney World, baby girl." I couldn't make eye contact. I am such a suck as a dad when it comes to that kind of stuff.
I'm just a suck in general. I saw that bulldog riding a skateboard, and I was like so happy. I was like crying.
He's gonna get places so much faster.
I was like, it was so cute. I just couldn't handle it, and I started like tearing up, and I was like, this goddamn dog.
He probably has arthritic knees, and this is helping. But yeah, it's just so good.
It's getting fucking hot in here now.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap up anyways.
Holy fuck!
So sorry. We are.
I got new glasses.
Yeah, Todd got new glasses. I got new glasses, but again, I only wear them for like computer.
He's wearing them right now. I can't even tell they're so cool.
Completely clear.
Wow!
This guy thumbs. That's gonna be the new t-shirt.
4 thumbs. This guy.
Hopefully, there's nothing that you guys can do video wise to edit this. But
come on.
anyways, so please, if you enjoyed, like, subscribe, all that good
Who
stuff
would
below.
spend their hard-earned time putting weird, adding something to that video? Nobody would do that.
People are constantly doing that.
I know.
People, I saw somebody.
It amazes me, some of these things. I'm like, who the fuck? Like the arcade out of nowhere videos. I'm like, who did this? Like,
I know.
Who the fuck somebody did this?
Somebody just made a GIF compilation of every time Paul Rudd danced. Like, that's a thing that exists.
Who the fuck? Like,
right? And then, like, there's other ones. Like,
you could probably these people. At least they get something done in a day.
Yeah, like, there's probably a Reddit that's like Ryan Gosling is a potato. And, like,
it is now.
Yeah, right? So, like, this will exist, but please just send us a link on at Miscast TV on Twitter, because I will talk about it like crazy. I'll post it. We'll play it on our next video. So yeah, anyways, at Miscast TV, like us there on Twitter, follow us and all that. Like and subscribe, please, on YouTube. There's going to be things to do. Do the same for our Miscast commentary YouTube page. We've got behind the scenes things there, and we've got all the podcast episodes, so go check that out. Find Miscast commentary just as a podcast on thank you so much, on iTunes, on SoundCloud, on Stitcher, on iHeartRadio, all these different places. Find us. We're around. So for now,
I might even be standing on your street corner naked, wearing a Star Wars robe that's wide open in the breeze.
Then that's not naked, baby. The law can't touch you. But I can.
Woo!
I got a lightsaber. So for now, we bid you guys a fond farewell. Good night.
Adieu, adieu, adieu.
Good night. Bye, guys.
They don't make them like this anymore, baby.